This is Dollywood in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. I am beyond excited to be here as I have never been to this theme park before. I was able to procure a half-price ticket, but the earliest I could enter was 5 p.m. so I don't have a whole lot of time to explore. I am visiting during their famed Smoky Mountain Christmas event, so along with most of the attractions being open this evening, there are all sorts of Christmas festivities and overlays, with over 6 million Christmas lights scattered throughout the park, and even a brand new Christmas drone show later tonight. Show Street, the entrance area of the park, is wonderfully themed and is enhanced by these great Christmas decorations. This theme park is named after the legendary country musician Dolly Parton, who was born and grew up near this location here in Sevier County, Tennessee. However, the original tourist attraction at this site opened in 1961, when Dolly was about 16 and first beginning to record music. Back then it was known as the Rebel Railroad, a scenic train ride through the mountains which still exists here. In the mid-1960s it was renamed Gold Rush Junction, expanding into a Wild West theme park. Then in 1976 it became Silver Dollar City, Tennessee, a satellite theme park to the original Silver Dollar City in Branson, Missouri. A decade later in 1986, Dolly Parton became part owner of this park and it was rebranded to Dollywood. There is a replication of Dolly Parton's childhood home here at Dollywood. It is apparently an authentic depiction of the small Appalachian cabin that she grew up in near this location after she was born in January of 1946. Dolly grew up in this small 2-room cabin with 11 other siblings throughout the 1950s. They did not have running water nor electricity. There is a placard on an opposite wall where Dolly recalls catching fireflies in mason jars to have lighting at nights. This is a really great touch to the park. It is interesting to see where she came from and how life was like here in Sevier County just 60 to 70 years ago. That must have been what their Christmas tree was like with the tinfoil star. First off, I am going to ride the Dollywood Express, the original Rebel Railroad attraction that started it all. Tonight they are using the coal-fired steam locomotive known as the Cinderella. It is an authentic Baldwin locomotive built in 1938 for use on the historic White Pass and Yukon Route narrow gauge railroad in Alaska. This is totally awesome. The locomotives at Dollywood burn about 5 tons of coal every operating day. Because the locomotive does require a bit of work, they run the train at select times, so I did have to wait in line for about an hour to get to ride this.
Alright, please remain seated. Please remain seated.
Enjoy some excerpts from the Dollywood Express Christmas overlay.
If you do happen to get cinder in your eyes, once we return to the depot, see one of the conductors who will help you get to the safety department where they can remove the cinder. If some of that soot and cinder gets on your clothes, it should brush off when you get back into town. If it doesn't, well, as they say, it all comes out in the wash.
Clearly they warn about cinders getting into the eyes of passengers, and they are not joking. I actually did get a little cinder in my eye, so that was irritating until it came out.
Waiting on these folks that always fun too. Well, of course, in that time of year we like to do show starts at 8:30 tonight. Give them a big wave out there, folks. Give them a big wave. Wait a minute, what'd you say? Did you spot one? No. Oh, never mind, folks. They thought they spotted a black bear. Never mind.
Daddy decided that this was the year that my mother should have a wedding. And so he told all of us that we could be in on this gift and what little dabble money he would have spent on.
Now, would you all like to hear some music on that whistle? Movements, everybody. Be careful. Be careful. Hey, Miss Lily, we love you, Miss Lily. Give me a low kick. I need a low kick. A low kick. All right, fantastic, fantastic. Going to the main part. The last time on this trip, we go through this time as loud as you can on three. Let's say howdy to be the loudest train on three. Everybody on three say howdy. Ready? 1, 2, 3. One more time. 1, 2, 3. On three. 1, 2, 3. One more time. 1, 2, 3.
Well, that was an awesome ride on the old Rebel Railroad. If you would like to see more footage from the 5-mile long holiday train ride, then check out the dedicated video linked in the description. This section of the park is known as the Country Fair, which features some Country Fair carnival games and basic rides. There are numerous holiday music shows and other performances throughout the park during these nights.
The singing of the angels, the comfort of our Lord.
I got a tangled while we're gone.
Well, it looks like you got everything planned out and you don't need me at all.
Oh, come on, Dad. I need you to do all the stuff atop. I can't reach.
We are now entering Craftsman's Valley, an area dedicated to traditional Appalachian crafts and folklore. They will often have many real artisans producing and selling various crafts. I definitely want to revisit this during the regular season. There is a hand-carved nativity in the valley. This is the Robert F. Thomas Chapel, a representation of an Appalachian country church, named after the country doctor who delivered baby Dolly Parton back in 1946. They actually hold Sunday services here in this active theme park. This chapel predates Dollywood. It was built during the Gold Rush Junction days in the early 70s. Here is the Calico Falls Schoolhouse, which shows what schools were like around here over a century ago, also from Gold Rush Junction. Now let's experience Glacier Ridge.
Look.
Well, that was cool, but what's even cooler is this. Blazing Fury. This is an indoor dark ride and coaster hybrid built in 1978 during the Silver Dollar City days, and it is based on Branson's Silver Dollar City's original roller coaster Fire in the Hole. The attraction in Branson was themed to the Bald Knobbers, a vigilante group that existed in late 19th century Missouri, who were attempting to restore law and order to the Ozarks. They were known to wear black horned hoods with white outlined faces. Tragically, at the end of 2023, Silver Dollar City in Branson is closing their original historic attraction and destroying it. I am sad that I will never get to experience that, but at least Dollywood is keeping its history alive as Blazing Fury still exists, which portrays a goofy Appalachian 1880s town engulfed in flames as the firefighters try to put it out. This is gonna be fun.
Week back or not, Luther, here I come.
Tim, it looks like you've been tipping that steam train.
Blazing Fury is a real classic. Why, it's indescribably beautiful. Several years ago, Dolly Parton declined an induction into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, feeling that she was not a rock musician. So to remedy that, she has now done a rock album called Rockstar, in which she did a cover of Let It Be with Paul McCartney and Ringo Starr. I presume she will be joining the Hall of Fame now. There is a mighty Christmas tree at Wilderness Pass. The Mystery Mine coaster looks like it has some solid theming. It meanders through a massive old mine structure. Unfortunately, Dollywood does not allow filming of any kind on the roller coasters, I certainly wish they would consider allowing visitors to safely utilize strapped action cameras, as that's completely safe. I have stumbled upon the lair of Buzz the Vulture at the Mystery Mine. Let's hear what this animatronic vulture has to say.
Hello there, folks. Must have dozed off for a minute. Wasn't moving on my feathers, was I? I drool in my sleep sometimes. Eating at the potato shack has the same effect. And my mama once told me, Buzz, if you want your wife to pay attention to every word you say, talk in your sleep. Then she said, I know your wife has a great sense of humor. She married you, didn't she? On top of old Smoky, all covered with snow, I lost my true lover for courting too slow. They'll hug you and kiss you and tell you more lies. They're crossed eyes on the railroad or stars in the sky. Sorry, folks. Nothing more pathetic than a buzzard with tears in his eyes. Don't tell him.
That was weird. We are now entering Wildwood Grove, the newest section of the park that opened in 2019. This area was purportedly inspired by Dolly Parton's childhood dreams growing up here in the Smokies, so there is a lot of local influence evident in the theming, but there's also a fantasy element to it. The centerpiece of Wildwood Grove is the Wildwood Tree, and I'm gonna wait for the drone show here.
The next morning, love and laughter, surprise and delight. I'll be home with bells on. And once on a very special night, when a single star shone true and bright, angels proclaimed a wondrous sight. We hope the spirit of the season rings out loud and clear and becomes part of your heart song forever. And the angel said unto them, Fear not, for behold, I bring you good tidings of great joy, which shall be to all people. For unto you is born this day in the city of David a Savior, which is Christ the Lord. And this shall be a sign unto you, ye shall find the babe wrapped in swaddling clothes lying in a manger. And suddenly there was with the angel a multitude of heavenly hosts, praising God and saying, Glory to God in the highest, and on earth peace, goodwill toward men. I like to teach the world to sing in perfect harmony. La 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 la. Let there be peace. Merry Christmas time. Merry Christmas.
While I really enjoyed this drone show, I definitely think it's a smart move on the part of the park to get in on this new technology. I expect that it will become much more extensively used at theme parks and other venues around the world in the coming decade. If you would like to see the whole 7-minute show, then check out my separate video on that linked in the description. The park is staying open for an extra hour tonight, so I am going to ride one roller coaster that I have really wanted to experience, the Wild Eagle. There is a colossal scrap metal eagle sculpture at the entrance. Dollywood actually has a Birds of Prey show, which features the largest presentation of bald eagles in the country they emblematize. The Wild Eagle was the first ever wing coaster in the United States when it opened in 2012, A wing coaster means the riders sit on the sides of the coaster track, so there is nothing below the feet except the ground and at times the sky above. It is intense as the track goes upside down 4 times. There is a 135-foot drop and it reaches 61 miles per hour, and it is freaking fun. Again, I can't show you ride footage, but this coaster is absolutely awesome. I certainly wish I could have shown you all what it was like. The views are really beautiful at night with all the Christmas lights around the park visible below. Notice the ride vehicles are shaped like bald eagles. This was so fun that I rushed back in line to get another ride in before the park closed. I would definitely recommend the Wild Eagle if you think you can handle it. It's one of the best coasters I've ever been on. Now let's enjoy some more Christmas lights on the way back to Show Street. It appears that Santa Claus himself has come out to bid adieu to all the visitors. Well, I am rather impressed with Dollywood. It is a beautiful park with lots of unique and historically inspired features. I personally care much more for theming at theme parks, not cheap thrills and whatnot, so this park does often make a good effort on the theming side of things, especially Blazing Fury. That's a masterpiece. I definitely plan on coming back to explore this park more thoroughly. I know there's a lot I missed, and I would recommend a visit to anyone, even if they're not necessarily a theme park fan. Coming during the Christmas season is crowded but a terrific experience. Stone Mountain Christmas is a holiday event on a grand scale here in Stone Mountain, Georgia. In this video, we'll check out the festivities and various shows, including the purported world's largest Christmas light and drone show. All of these festive, family-friendly activities are happening against the backdrop of the largest Confederate monument in America. The Stone Mountain is famous for its colossal bas-relief depicting Confederate leaders Robert E. Lee, Jefferson Davis, and Stonewall Jackson, who were carved into this unique geologic formation throughout the 20th century. Additionally, this mountain had a great significance to the Ku Klux Klan, as it was the site of the rebirth and reorganization of the modern Klan. That's what was going on here about 100 years ago, but today a big Christmas celebration is taking place in its shadow for a surprisingly diverse audience. If you'd like to learn more about the history of Stone Mountain, then you can check out my other video where I go over that a bit, and take the sky ride up to the top of the mountain. That episode is linked in the description. First off, we are going to take the Stone Mountain Scenic Railroad, which opened in 1962, a decade before the carving was completed. The railroad circles the perimeter of Stone Mountain, and the train is pulled by a 1940s locomotive. Unfortunately, I got a rather bad seat, but here are some excerpts from the holiday train ride. By the way, a scene in Stranger Things Season 1 where the boys and Eleven are walking along a railroad track was filmed somewhere along the Stone Mountain Scenic Railroad tracks.
it's lovely weather for a train ride together.
Girls again in a sleigh bells, jingle jangle.
Hello and welcome to my little town. My name is Patience Park. I'm the mayor here at Pebble Ridge. I was actually just on my way to the courthouse for our annual Christmas gathering and gift exchange. It's one of my favorite town events because I get to judge the pie contest.
That's amazing.
Hallelujah! And folks, if you've never heard an angel sing, well, let me tell you, they can sure sing. The shepherds didn't know how to handle all this. They started shaking in their saddles and the sheep were sheepish as they could be. They were powerful kings from way back east. These were men who were used to having other men bow down to them. And what do you think they were doing? They were bowing down to the baby. And why do you think we get those gifts and presents? It's to remember that night long ago when God gave us the gift of His only Son. And what amazes me even more is that thin baby in the manger would grow up to be a man who would turn and offer to you and me the gift of eternal life. There's just not a price tag you can put on that.
I want you all to be singing as loud as you can. Woo!
Our journey has come to an end. Please remain seated until your gates have been opened for you.
If you would like to see more footage from the train ride and performance, then there is a separate video featuring that linked in the description. There is a small reproduction historic town here at Stone Mountain Park called Crossroads Village. The town is all decked out in Christmas lights and decorations. There are numerous attractions around Crossroads Village, including a 4D theater. Next, there will be a Christmas parade happening under the watchful gaze of General Lee up on the mountain. Now Santa Claus is going to light the enchanted Christmas tree on the memorial lawn.
You see, Christmas is about joy and laughter and celebrating with the ones you love.
It's a very special enchanted tree that will be perfect for our Christmas spirit. You see, a Christmas tree can be as cool and as comforting as the winter snow. Sweet as a candy cane. It's a gift that will shine so big. But to me, the best kind of Christmas tree is something traditional. Just like the one Mrs. Claus always decorates at the North Pole. Nothing brings a twinkle to my eye like decorating a tree with my family and all of my special friends. And now, I'm going to need some help from all of you. What? You didn't think I could do all of this by myself, did you? Dash away all! A little louder, with all of your joy and with all of your heart. Dash away, dash away, dash away all! Look, oh, that's it, keep it going, dash away, dash away, dash away all! That's right, that's right! We did it! We made the most magical Christmas tree and filled Stone Mountain with the spirit of Christmas. I hope that each of you will take a little piece of that Christmas magic away from the night. Look up to the sky for your gift in the stars. Merry Christmas to all!
That was actually pretty cool. Now I'm going to take a closer look around Crossroads Village. I was really intrigued when I read that they had Christmas dinosaurs at their Dinotorium, but it turns out this isn't really a dinosaur park and it's just a kids' play area. However, this one animatronic Santa T-Rex does bring me a lot of joy. There is a holiday-themed blacklight art walkthrough area. These glow-in-the-dark sculptures are neat. By the way, there is a place for visitors to meet Santa, and it seems there are plenty of activities geared towards younger kids, so this is definitely a great holiday event you can take your family to. Now we are going to see Princess Aurora's Light Spectacular and the world's largest Christmas light show, featuring the Magical Christmas Drone Show, which is about as long as its title as the show lasts 38 minutes. This is a brand new show this year utilizing drone technology, so it is a combination of their classic laser light and fireworks shows with drones now added into the mix. Their regular summer night shows also incorporated drones for the first time this year. So enjoy some extras from the world's largest Christmas light show.
Her pathway of light for Santa to tread was a symphony of colors, strong and widespread. The princess had found in the heart of the night, her purpose was shining, making everything bright.
Share your light. Make it shine bright for all to see. Share your light. Here he comes. Share your light. Look at you all. You're shining like 1,000 stars. Light to this magical night. Farewell until our lights meet again.
Merry Christmas! Hello, boys and girls. And thank you for helping Blaze, Halo, and Princess Aurora create my life path so I can quickly fly around the world. Now I can see to it that all the children get their presents on Christmas Eve. I see many light bearers out there. I hope you continue to carry that light everywhere you go. Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night.
Alright, that was long but an awesome and dynamic show. I think the mixture of fireworks, laser lights, and drones, as well as the live actor, worked really well for the most part, and watching cartoon snowmen and reindeer dance on Jefferson Davis was immensely amusing to this yank. If you would like to see the entire performance, then check out that video linked in the description. Stone Mountain puts on a top-notch Christmas event. It is undoubtedly one of the best I've ever been to, and is definitely worth checking out for yourself, despite the slightly problematic history of this place. Welcome to Rock City Gardens, one of the greatest roadside attractions of all time, located atop Lookout Mountain in Georgia. For the holiday season, Rock City is embellished as the Enchanted Garden of Lights, and I am really excited to experience this event here at one of my favorite attractions for the first time. Rock City opened back in 1932, over 90 years ago now, when property owners Garnet and Frida Carter transformed the geologic wonder atop the mountain into a walk-through rock garden attraction. Rock City has changed and expanded a bit since then, but when the attraction first opened in 1932, visitors would enter through this gate. For the Enchanted Garden of Lights, they have reopened the original entryway, so this is really exciting to me as I've never gone through here before. This turret was the original ticket booth. Usually Rock City is a one-way walkthrough experience. However, during the Enchanted Garden of Lights there are numerous ways to explore, with many different pathways available that are not usually accessible to visitors. Honestly, I found it a bit confusing at first. So let's start here at the current entrance plaza, which right now is being called North Pole Village, and see where the trail leads from here. There is a space for visitors to meet Santa Claus at North Pole Village. I also noticed this Life magazine 1960 Rock City feature with an amazing illustrated map of southern attractions. Rock City is known for its expansive population of German garden gnomes. These were originally employed by Frida Carter. Now let's set off on the Enchanted Flagstone Trail through Rock City, illuminated with over 1 million Christmas lights. That is a great hand-carved nativity. The first of several narrow passages along the trail is the Needle's Eye. I noticed a tin soldier creeping behind this door. There are some new tributes to Rock City history. For example, Garnet Carter arguably invented mini golf up here on Lookout Mountain by opening Tom Thumb Mini Golf in 1927. Rock City was famously advertised on the sides and roofs of barns that could be seen from the road all across the American South. A man named Clark Byers would travel around and offer to paint a farmer's barn for free if he could promote Rock City on them. Unfortunately, the number of surviving Rock City barns is dwindling. There is a light-up nativity show that runs on a loop.
The trip was arduous, especially for Mary, she being with child. Suddenly, a great star blazed in the heavens, and the glory of the Lord shone all about them. They represented all the corners of the known world, all the races of humankind. In this way, the rich and the powerful, the humble and the poor, joined in giving homage to this newborn Messiah. A haven from hate in the alternative of love.
This section of Rock City's Winter Wonderland is called the Arctic Kingdom. There is a fire pit under Shelter Rock. There is Lover's Leap, which currently has a giant Christmas star on its side. It is supposedly possible to see 7 states from Lover's Leap. Now that is a disputed claim, perhaps long ago without any air pollution that was possible, but there are lights in many states visible from this point tonight, which is really cool. Perhaps we can see the light pollution from 7 states. I love how they converted tortoiseshell rock into a snowman. That's clever. Now we'll continue on through the traditional Rock City route, which requires going through the Fat Man Squeeze.
Oh, the bass was the best part of that trip. Whit was like, what is this? He picked it up.
Several changes have been made to this section of the trail in the past several years by adding some whimsical rock art. These new installations glow at night, which looks really great. Here in the Rainbow Hall, it appears they have changed the rainbow windows yet again. Now it looks like there are crystals in the windows. Well, this is definitely new. There is now a rocky throne in the Hall of the Mountain King, which makes sense. That actually looks really cool. While I overall like these changes in here, I do really wish they would bring back the moonshining gnomes. I have never been down in this tunnel under the original entrance routes. Let's see where this goes. It appears that the tunnel leads to the entrance of Fairyland Caverns. Fairyland Caverns is a magnificent 1940s addition to Rock City, and it is a one-of-a-kind retro fantasy experience. This project was spearheaded by Frida Carter, who loved European and specifically German fairy tales, so she created this cavern incorporating geode walls, ultraviolet scenes from fairy tales and nursery rhymes, as well as gnomes, of course. There are a few Christmas decorations added to Fairyland Caverns. In this scene, Santa is flying in his sleigh out in the distance. Frida commissioned the sculptor Jesse Sanders to create these blacklight sculptures and scenes. This was technically the first ever UV art experience. This next corridor has some great fairy tale scenes. Here is Mother Goose Village, the magnum opus of Fairyland Caverns, which does have some special Christmas lights and ornaments added into the mix. Fairyland Caverns is a trip. I love it. The Rock City Enchanted Garden of Lights is a truly magical holiday experience. It was a completely different way to see and enjoy the historic attraction. I would absolutely recommend seeing Rock City for yourself during the holiday season. If you would like to see what Rock City is like during the rest of the year, then check out my video on that linked in the description. Additionally, I have content featuring other roadside attractions, natural wonders, historic places, Christmas attractions, and much more across the United States and Europe. Please like this video, share it, and subscribe to my channel for more. I'd really appreciate it. And seriously, see Rock City. Thanks for watching.